All right, guys, Andrew Tate has been charged. I knew this was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. So the four defendants, Andrew and his brother and two Romanian women have been charged. They have dual citizenship. So the victims were later transported and housed in buildings. This whole story about, the webcam stuff, like forcing women to do acts, and when they wouldn't do it, they would, verbally or physically hurt them. One of the four is accused of the R word, R-A, you know what? They're not saying which one. They're doing webcam sites. This is what really sucks right here. The prosecutors confiscated the Tate's brothers' assets, including 15 luxury cars, luxury watches, and about $3 million in cryptocurrency. Okay, the prosecutors says the victims who refused to continue making the material that they were pretty much making in their house what I just said is that they would exercise physical violence and mental pressure to have the girls keep making webcam. I know so many girls that do webcam, and nobody has to force a girl to do webcam, and there's so much money. Whatever your morals are, I've never known anybody to force someone to do that. There's especially a country like Romania, where there's probably not much work for women that's high dollar. If you're a cute girl doing something like webcam, as very, very easy and lucrative money. Tate, of course, he's a professional kickboxer. They don't really have any evidence on this. The judge has, well, I guess they just haven't released evidence. The judge has, I believe, 60 days to review, all the files before they go to trial. You have to remember, it is not like the United States, guys. It's the legal system over there is completely different. Obviously, Andrew has been comfortable living there all these years, and he used to even talk about how he was really comfortable living there. You got to understand, when you're living, in the United States, we got crazy stuff going on here. This is not the United States that, I loved and used to call my home, but it's still, you compare this place to other countries, you don't have certain rights in other countries you think you automatically would just have, and it's scary. Okay? They have the brothers won the appeals before, and they put him on house arrest, but he's worth more than $6 million. He's, the main thing he is, he's saying, a lot of people are saying he's influencing younger men to have a negative influence over young men. Come on, guys. If you want to talk about negative influences in this world, talk about this month and all about what's going on and them freaking at churches having pride stuff up. Let's talk about negative influences. Let's talk about that community, the LGBT, HIV, whatever, LMNOQP, whatever, RS. So that's pretty much what's going on, guys. A lot of people, when you speak, the truth, your truth, and when you speak out, people come to get you. That's why so many people, they don't speak out. They keep quiet. It's like we used to have freedom of speech. Even here in the United States, it's like, do we have freedom of speech? Because we say something and we get censored. Certain things. People have agendas. Do I personally think these guys did that? No, I personally don't. You just have to look at logically, look at them. No, I don't know them personally. Could it have happened? Yeah, anything can happen, guys. But why would these people, have to force anybody to do it webcam? I know so many girls right now that does OnlyFans and shows their vajayjay for $3 a month, and they make a ton of money. So it's just like here, how webcam works. We used to do it for bodybuilding. We used to do flex and stuff. Let's say you're the girl, you charge per minute what you want to charge. So they usually half it. Let's say they're charging $5 a minute. The owners, so the Tates would get $2.50 a minute, and then you would get $2.50 a minute doing these webcam chats with whatever guys get on there and want to chat with you. They always bragged about their luxury cars, and then I think hopefully this is just a lesson to just really kind of bring them out on the other side and do something positive with it, because going through this is is mentally and physically draining. I've been through the system before from stuff I didn't do, some really bad, not like those type of charges, like where it's like kind of creepy sounding, but I've been through some really, really hard stuff in my life and false accusations. And when you're innocent, that's the worst thing to be, have had, like people talking or saying you did some things that you would never do. And you go through hell in the courts. Even myself, like going through all the courts here, I lost everything. I lost everything I saved up for, everything I worked hard for. I had to sell my cars. I had to sell everything just to pay the attorneys. I ended up paying over almost about $1 million, a little more than $1 million, to get through all my legal stuff. And it's just, the thing is, somebody can say something and you're arrested. That's about this world. People are so sick. If they don't like you or they have something against you, people, all they have to do is go get someone or themselves say something against you. Oh, the person, assaulted me. The person, armed me. I'm not going to say it on here for a strike. This person did this to me. This person touched me. And the sick thing is, this stuff happens and it's a huge problem. But when you're accusing somebody and it's false accusations, that's the slimiest, scummiest thing you could ever do to somebody, and put someone's life through that. And then even when you come out on the other side, you still have to live with that, even if you get found innocent and, all that, you still, the PTSD that it gives you, just going through all that, having, guns pointed straight at you by law enforcement, being handcuffed, putting your hands behind I can't even put my hands all the way behind my back, just handcuffed in that way. By the way, being handcuffed hurts really, really bad. Most people don't know those handcuffs hurt. It's not like those little play handcuffs. Handcuffs hurt. But I'm just saying this stuff, that's just being, just gone through the ringer. And, so many people, be lucky you have never had to go through anything like this. It's literally one of the worst things to have to go through something. And since they're so, famous, of course the whole world knows. Andrew, his brother doesn't speak up as much as Andrew does. He's the main one, really. But, he's strong in his beliefs and what he's saying. And I don't see anything wrong he's saying. And then the BBC, he did an interview with them, which he probably should have never done. Of course, he knew they were going to attack him, and it was just going to be like a game to him. But all these things they did, it seems like they're kind of like taunting the system. When you start doing that, they're just going to come after you harder, okay? You just leave it alone and just, go about your business. The system, they have all the power. It doesn't matter who you are. Look at all the people that's been in legal troubles before. There's so many people sitting in prison today that are totally innocent. They just couldn't afford a good attorney, or they had a bad outcome. It's scary, guys. So a lesson to take away from this is take care of yourself. There's people out there, especially if you're in the limelight, and people are jealous of you, whether it be for your riches, your cars, your fame. People are out there just sitting at home, miserable, have nothing going on in their life, and want to see you crumble. Those people are sick, and, shout out to all the strong people that's been through the system and made it through the other side, whether it be, probation, had to serve time or whatever, because I know so many people that have been falsely charged, and it happens all the time. And if you do not have the money, that's it. That's why there's so many people just locked up. They had no money. They just couldn't pay for it. That's why they're there. And it's sad, and it's broken, especially in the United States. Our system's broken too. But when you go to these other countries, it's a scary deal. Like, you do not know what you're dealing with. The laws are very, very different. The processes, the bonding out, like here, we bond out of jail. Other countries, like if this was the Middle East or something like that, like Saudi Arabia or Iraq, who knows what would happen. All right, but I pray for the best for these guys. Hopefully they get through it. It's going to be a long process, like it could be years to get through the court process. And who knows what they're going to come out with, or someone has to just say something. What's the evidence? You know what I mean? I don't think they have any evidence. I know they don't. They would have come out with it during all this time already, not just sit on it. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments about this whole crazy ordeal, and prayers for them and their family.